Hey, what's going on, people? I hope y'all are doing great. Today, we're checking out the Narwal Freo X Ultra, Narwal's flagship robot for 2024. I was able to get a sneak peek of it back at CES. I toured their booth where they showed off several new products and demoed all the new features of the Freo X Ultra. You can find that video linked in the description of this one. I've been using the Freo X Ultra for over a month now, and while there are a lot of excellent features, one thing that has really stood out to me is the new roller brush design. It's a new anti-tangle design that works wonders at rejecting hair, which is perfect for our home where we have a long-haired dog. I'll dive into it more in just a bit, but I just wanted to quickly mention it because it's probably the biggest standout feature of the Freo X Ultra. For now, let's talk about the design. Like the original Narwal Freo, the Freo X Ultra comes in a glossy white finish on both the robot and base. To be honest, it's easily the best looking robot vacuum out there. The base is small and compact. It has a sleek, modern, minimal design that can match most homes. The lid has a built-in circular touch display that can be used to control the robot. This is one of my favorite features. You could start a cleaning session, enable or disable Freo mode, start mop washing, or have the robot return to the base. For fine-tune control, you will need to download the Narwal app, but I'll come back to that in a bit. Flipping up the lid gives access to the clean and dirty water tanks and the cleaning solution compartment. Narwal includes the cleaning solution in the box that should last several months to a year, depending on the size of your home and how often you're mopping. The cleaning solution works great. It's safe for pets and kids, and it doesn't leave any residue behind, which is nice. Just like the Narwal Freo from last year, the Freo X Ultra does not feature an auto-emptying dustbin. Instead, Narwal went with a unique solution by using a compression-style dustbin on the robot. It's basically the filter portion of a traditional dustbin, but with a vinyl, almost plastic-like bag attached to it. When the robot docks, the base will determine how full the dustbin is and compress the bag to reduce the footprint of any floor debris. By using this method, Narwal states you can get up to 7 weeks of use without needing to change the dustbin. It also reduces the amount of noise the base generates since the auto-emptying process is crazy loud on other vacuums. This is great for my house since we typically run our vacuums at night when everyone is sleeping. I was a little skeptical at first of Narwal's claims in this new system, but here's a quick look at my dustbin after running around 15 to 16 times during the last 2 weeks for testing purposes. And there's still plenty of room, so that 7-week claim is pretty accurate. They also include extra compression style bins in the box along with a traditional dustbin for the times you need it. Like last year, the Freo X Ultra's base also supports the water exchange system that allows for maintenance-free mopping as water is automatically added and removed. Unfortunately, due to my home's layout, I doubt I'll be able to test this out, but it's something that you should take advantage of if your home supports it. Narwal updated the navigation and obstacle avoidance system on the Freo X Ultra by adding additional LiDAR sensors on the side. This creates a tri-laser obstacle avoidance system that recognizes millimeter-level objects. The side laser recognizes objects as the robot turns, the top laser sees taller objects, and the front laser sees smaller or lower objects. During my use, it did a pretty good job at avoiding objects and moving around them. Although it's not perfect and there were times it would run into a chair leg or a wall corner, but I feel like this can be fixed with an optimization firmware update. This is one thing Narwal is good at, as the original Freo received several routine updates that improved the experience. One thing to remember is that Narwal does not utilize cameras on their vacuums, and they rely solely on LiDAR. They do this to protect your privacy, which I can appreciate. Okay, so let's talk about the cleaning performance. When it comes to vacuuming, the Narwal Freo X Ultra features 8200 pascal, which is one of the highest on the market. For reference, the most powerful robot vacuum that I've currently used is the Dreamy X30, which has a suction power of 8300 pascal. The additional 100 pascal was negligible in my testing, as both robots are excellent and they both perform nearly identical when it comes to vacuuming. If you want to see a comparison between these two in the future, let me know in the comments. One area the Narwal excels over the Dreamy X30 Ultra is with the roller brush I mentioned earlier. Narwal uses a zero tangling floating brush on the Freo X Ultra, and it's included in the box, unlike the X30 Ultra. The roller brush has a very unique design that consists of a 50-degree tilted bristle brush. This works in tandem with cone-shaped spiral rubber strips that have unequal sizes on each side of the strip to prevent hair tangle. Let me just show you the difference. Here we have a pretty standard roller brush that comes with nearly all robotic vacuums. You can clearly see Narwal's zero tangling floating brush is quite unique. Like I said in the beginning, I've been using the Freo X Ultra for over a month, and outside of small hairs getting caught on the edges of the brush or in the wheels, I haven't experienced any tangling or clogging. In fact, let me just show you with a quick test. I'm using synthetic human hair or wig hair if I'm being real, which will give a good representation of what this thing can do. I'll let it run a standard cleaning session on my carpet, and before it heads back to the dock, I'll stop it so we can have a quick peek at the brush. All right, so we finished vacuuming, and as you can see, it got all of the hair off of my carpet. And if you guys don't have any experience with carpet, let me just tell you, carpet is one of the hardest materials to keep clean because hair and like grime can get stuck in all of these fibers, and it's just a pain. Let's go ahead and flip this robot over and take a look at the brush. You can see right off the bat, there is no hair. That is super impressive. Pop this off, take this out. I mean, look at that. Little bit of hair maybe on the corners, but man, that is awesome to see. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I have spent a ton of time untangling these things in robotic vacuums, and the fact that it just sucked up all of that wig hair and there is, no hair whatsoever, super impressive. That it utilizes two sweeping brushes which help bring the debris to the robot versus knocking it away. This is a problem that I've noticed on several high-end expensive robot vacuums because they only have one brush. While the vacuuming performance is top-notch and very impressive, it's the mopping capabilities of the Freo X Ultra that I feel are its strongest feature set. Compared to last year, the Freo X Ultra improves in several areas. For starters, it uses dual spinning triangular microfiber mops for better cleaning performance. The triangle shape might sound a bit funky, but it's there for good reason, because it ensures there's no gap in the middle while it's doing its thing. Meanwhile, the microfiber mop pads hold 2 times more fluid than regular mop pads. When combined with the impressive 12N downward pressure and 180 RPMs, you get a great cleaning even when removing tough stains like this combination of sticky juice and fruit that my son typically leaves behind after every meal. But it's also great for removing old coffee stains, tea, and even some hard water spots. The Freo X Ultra also uses onboard AI for its dirt sense technology. This allows the robot to identify areas with stains and debris. It will keep cleaning those areas while automatically washing the mop pads until the area meets specific cleaning standards. It's pretty crazy to see since you can literally see the robot thinking as it's cleaning or turning around to re-scrub a certain spot. If you're curious on just how good the cleaning process is, take a look at this dirty water tank. This is after the first run, and it kinda grossed me out seeing how dirty my floors were, considering we've been cleaning them every couple of days. Not to mention, my little boy crawls all over these floors, so thank goodness we have the Narwal now to help keep these floors a little bit more maintenance. Of course, all of this works in conjunction with the base features I mentioned earlier, such as the auto washing and drying of the mop pads to prevent smells and bacteria buildup. Okay, so let's talk about the app. It's really nice to use with its simplified layout. Since most things are done automatically using AI, I suggest taking advantage of the Freo Mind modes, as this is where you'll see the power of Dirt Sense and the intelligent matrix cleaning pass, but make sure you set your carpet's defaults inside of the app. Personally, I prefer the robot to lift the mop pads and clean the carpets during an all-in-one session. Since the Freo X Ultra has 12 millimeters of lift, it can do this no problem. Otherwise, you could have it skip carpeted areas, treat them like the rest of your flooring, or travel across them. Another recommendation I have is to have the robot vacuum first and then mop. In my opinion, you get a better cleaning session this way if you have the time to do it, since it does take a little bit longer. That said, all of the modes work great and you can't go wrong with any of them. Plus, you can customize them to your liking. One thing I love is watching the robot move in real time on the map within the app. Many other competing brands don't have this, and it's a great way to monitor it just in case it happens to get caught or stuck on something. While the Freo X Ultra features its own assistant built into the app and on the vacuum, you can also link it to your smart home platform in various ways. Alright, so let's wrap this video up with a few things that I think Narwal could improve on. First is what I've already mentioned regarding the obstacle avoidance optimization. This is something that I know it's coming with firmware updates, not to mention it's only going to get better as it learns my home's layout and I use it more and more, but it's still something that I want to mention. The other addition I would like to see is the implementation of a self-cleaning base. Since the Freo X Ultra has some of the best mopping capabilities on the market, I would love to see a self-cleaning base with maybe the next generation of the Freo lineup. The third thing is the implementation of cable management on the back of the base. I believe I mentioned this with the original Freo, but having a small area to wrap the cord around to reduce slack helps ensures a tidier setup. Considering Narwal is all about that beautiful aesthetic and also reducing the amount of noise being made from their robot vacuums, I really feel like this is a great inclusion. Outside of that, the Freo X Ultra is a fantastic all-in-one robot vacuum. In terms of pricing, right now, if you place a $99 deposit on the Freo X Ultra, you're going to receive a $400 coupon, which drops the price from $13.99 to $9.99. This is actually a great deal considering the flagship level performance you're getting compared to the competition. Unlike last year, where I recommended the Freo to people that require more mopping than vacuuming, the Freo X Ultra is a much more complete system to where people that have mostly carpet can surely benefit from the Freo X Ultra just as much as people with hard flooring. Links for more information and to pre-order can be found in the description. You can also simply search Freo X Ultra on Amazon or Google. Let me know what you think of Narwal's latest flagship robot vacuum, and I'll see you beautiful people in the next one.